All right, everybody. It's Austin. We're here in the dimly lit Tinkerbell room for a change. Style. And I felt very passionate about this topic very suddenly, knowing for months I was going to make a video about this, but it's one of those passionate impulse now or never moments. And I'm ready. So, this is probably going to come across as a loaded statement, but I'll add some nuance in at a later point in this video. Basically, I feel that we have traded our online anonymity and overall freedom and overall experience for convenience, essentially. Now, let me add some nuance here. Some people are probably younger than me. I was coming of age in the 2000s. And that's when I started using the internet. The internet, when I began using it in probably 2004, was vastly different than it is today, 20 years later. First and foremost, things weren't really homogenized. You had several different image boards. It wasn't just Reddit. You could say that 4chan at a point was the biggest one, but I think that was just because of the controversy that seemed to follow it. YouTube was around, but for a while there were still a lot of competitor video hosting sites, not to mention just the gag sites like Albino Black Sheep, E-Bombs World. Like, if you're a zillennial, that's the in-between fucking millennial Gen Z gap, because I'm like last year millennial, second to last month. So like I remember coming up in a millennial world, but I still feel like I took a lot of Gen Z traits as well. That's kind of meandering and off point though. Needless to say, I feel that everything got hyper concentrated. I remember when Google acquired YouTube, and that concerned me because I knew it would become what it became today. Now, I don't want to knock it entirely. It's a totally legitimate platform. It's created, thousands of jobs for people, and it's pulled people that may have otherwise been in really shitty situations directly out of poverty based on natural talent or what have you. And I don't want to discredit that. But what I do hate is for the past decade, I can't even discuss certain subjects. I have a strike that will never apparently be clean on my record on YouTube for baseless things. I can't even say certain keywords without being, demonetized or flagged. I've had videos about certain revisionist theories that I've debunked as a half Jewish man, and it gets taken down just for having a certain word in it. And that's just asinine to me. And it's getting ridiculous, we lost quality over those type of disputes because companies don't give a shit anymore. They don't give a shit about you as a content creator, and they're not going to have man staff look at your fucking dispute. It's just going to go through an AI. Didn't we just learn that? It's gone all the way to health insurance agencies. It's fucking sickening, maddening, disgusting. And we just sat and took it up the ass. It disturbs me. It fucking disturbs me that there's a fucking weird digital voice-activated robot in both the homes of my dad and stepmother and stepfather and mother that is linked directly to Amazon, and you can reorder things at the fucking command of your voice, and it tells you when your package has arrived. I mean, I feel like I'm living in a dystopian nightmare. You can't get away from everything. The counterculture now is just getting off the fucking internet. There's nothing there anymore, and it's just a saddening experience. You have to actually almost in a way, you have to like do more work to make it seem less random on the internet. How many times have you scrolled through Instagram Reels, Facebook Shorts, YouTube Shorts, and you've been left seeing the same meme posted by 7 different accounts, and you've scrolled through and seen all of them in within 15 minutes of each other, sometimes even less. And it's always the same thing. You got the bot comments, and you know, that's what made SoundCloud basically useless as a platform anymore. There's no user base anymore. It's just all robots. So it's happening to other places. And then your video recommendations or your recommendations, they aren't even interesting chance oddball finds anymore because it's been specifically curated for you. So we gave up true randomness for the appearance of more randomness that we would like. That's what's hard for some of us older ones that grew up with the internet and the digital age, was there was a lot more freedom. I'm not saying you could do whatever you wanted, but you didn't have the feeling that it was always around you and you couldn't escape it. Because think about it, when we were kids, when my generation was kids, we had entire entertainment centers where the fucking computer monitor and giant tower sat. And that was the only access you had on the internet. That was the internet. When you walked away from the internet. Now you can't. You got this fucking phone that can connect you to the internet, you know, instantaneously, and connect you to you know, infinite, countless amounts of knowledge, information, and what have you. The TVs now, everything, man. It's all interconnected, and like, why? It doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be. But we gave up on everything because our parents' generation wanted convenience. And that's why cars last less than 10 years nowadays. That's why I'll just leave it at this. We're getting to a point where the world's richest people have no problem at this point in the world telling you exactly how they feel about you. You have a healthcare CEO who is totally fine using a faulty AI system to deny claims. Can you imagine the thousands of millions of people who probably died because of that? I would actually like to see a roles list. Let's just fucking sue the shit out of United Health, and reimburse those families and the estates properly. I'm getting sick and tired. I could not believe in November what I saw. I could not fucking believe the result when I woke up. I was stunned. I remember the entire community just being completely quiet for a week. And then the chaos began. And now we've got a fucking lunatic talking about making new states. Just casually making these types of comments. Perhaps one of the most important positions to have in this entire world. And you're spending it joking about how you're going to annex other countries? He's getting dog walked by some fucking foreign South African fucking rich boy who benefited off of apartheid. And we're getting talked to and browbeaten by this fucking moron on his X or whatever. I'm just saying, for the past 10 years, it's been getting pretty polarized. And I do think the internet tied into a lot of that stuff. And it's just getting to a point where you better pick a fucking side soon. Because it's not looking good.